What is your assessment of your draft just a few days later, Chris? Because I always hate my draft in fantasy as soon as I draft them. I'm wondering what it's like in real life, Chris. You know?
I always look, you're always excited when you get the players that, you have a group of, as you line this thing up, we've worked so many hours getting the board lined up the way we see it for us as the Colts. And then, when you get the guys that you've, done a lot of work on and they're excited to get, but I always stay sober, Rich. Like they got to come prove it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I love about our league. And I'll tell all our rookies when they come in, next week for minicamp that, like, whether you're the first round pick or you're an undrafted free agent, the great thing about the NFL is if you perform, you're going to play. And history and time has proven that out. So now's the excitement of the draft is over. They've had their moment and it's awesome. They've all deserved it. They've all been drafted. All right, now the honeymoon's over. Let's go to work and prove it.
Well, I got to be honest with you, man. Throughout the entire mock draft season, Chris, seeing Tyler Warren go to you at 14, every single time I saw it, I said, good luck. There's no way that kid drops 14 spots. Then he does. You have to be out of your skull happy about that one, I would imagine.
Yeah, we were excited to get him. And, you never know. Like, you never know how it's going to play out because you don't, like, what's out there versus reality is two different things. And so we kind of looked at it. And as we got, it was kind of like last year when you brilliantly, said that all the quarterbacks were going to go.
I manifested this, Chris. You have no idea. I manifested this for you.
This is 2 years in a row, Rich. It's 2 years in a row.
It's called a streak. It's called a streak. Is what it is.
So no, but we're very excited to get Tyler. We did a lot of work on him. And we think he adds an element of, toughness to our offense, and then plus a big target that our offensive staff can use in multiple ways. I think that's one of the real values of him. Is he a traditional wide tight end? Yes, because he can block, but he can line out wide. He can line up in the slot. He can line up at quarterback. You can line him up in the backfield at fullback. Like, there's a lot of creative ways that you can use him that, I think all of us are excited about.
Yeah, obviously his tape speaks, but you got a good story of him when you met with him that you got that sense of, his dad making him wear 44, or at least suggesting you wear 44 because that's what John Riggins wore. That's the story that we heard quite a bit throughout the draft evaluation part of the calendar. You got a good Tyler Warren meet story, Chris?
This is it's a little like Quentin Nelson.
Yep.
They're men of few words, which I can't lie to you, I kind of like. And there's not a lot of fluff with him when you talk to him. It's okay. What's my role? What do you want me to do? I'll do whatever's best for the team. Which I think when you get a player like that is really team oriented, it's a bonus, aspect, especially in today's age where it's become a lot about me and we're losing, a sense of team. And look, in this sport, you can't, I don't care how good you are individually, you can't win without everybody else on the team, performing at whatever their role is at a level that is at a winning level. So that was refreshing when we spent time with Tyler.
Chris Ballard, Indianapolis Colts general manager here on the Rich Eisen Show. Then you took this has got steel written all over it because, again, me and a Michigan guy, I certainly circled JT Tuimoloau whenever he played for Ohio State against us. What do you like about him? You got him 45th overall.
Yeah, that was we really like JT, and I didn't know if there was a 3-game run there, Tennessee, Texas, and Notre Dame, where I don't think you could find a defensive player that had a better stretch of 3 games and at the big moments against great competition.
Mm-hmm.
So we think he's got really big. I think there's still more in him. He's still young. He's still 22 years old. And we think there's still more in him. And I don't think you can ever have enough defensive ends and guys that can rush the passer, but his ability to play on all three downs, he's able to give you, both inside and outside rush. And he's a speed to power player, which I think is those guys always, translate well to our league.
Yeah, 6.5 sacks in the 4 games of the college football playoffs. That's when you want somebody to come through it, and just because I'm this type of guy, Chris, I just got to be fair and balanced to myself, my inner self as a Michigan guy. I do look forward to JT starting week 1 for you because that would be the first game he plays in the home of the Big Ten championship ever. So, just got to.
I'll relay. Yeah. I'm going to make sure I relay that message.
please make sure I'm further away than California than that when you do that. I just
all they did was go win the national championship.
Yeah, they did.
That's okay.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.